Movement Lesson 1. I call it the Big Mouth Lesson. In this lesson, you'll expand the sensation in your mouth and free the motion of your jaw. Many people find that this lesson gives them an image of a very large mouth, which is both unusual and enjoyable. Start by sitting upright and comfortably in a chair, or, if you prefer, lie on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. With your eyes closed, observe the position of your jaw and tongue. Pay attention to it, as if for the first time. Notice the space between the upper row of teeth and the lower row of teeth. You might even find a slight difference from side to side. And now could you place your tongue in the space behind your upper front two teeth? The upper front two teeth. And move your tongue over both the back and then the front surface of each tooth on the right side, of the upper row. I'll say it again. Move your tongue over both the back and then the front surface of each tooth on the right side of the upper row. Feel the shape of the tooth in your tongue, and then move to the next tooth to the right. And in fact, count the number of teeth from the midline, the middle tooth, that space in the middle, to the right side. How many teeth do you have there? Can you feel it and count it with your tongue? While you're doing this movement, you'll probably notice your jaw is moving. That's a good thing. Don't feel compelled to get all the way to your right molar, let's say, if it hurts you. Leave it alone. Rest. And now sense the size of your mouth and your jaw. And feel as your jaw seemingly changed position. Now we're going to repeat the same idea in the same movements with the teeth of your lower jaw. So place your tongue in the space behind the middle front two teeth and move your tongue over first the back and then the front surface of each tooth on the right side of the lower row. As you do this, you'll feel your tongue reaching down between your gums and your lips. Do this with every tooth, counting again from the middle to the right side. And after you've counted the number of teeth on the right side, rest. Let your tongue go wherever it wants to. Sense your mouth and jaw, and feel, is there a difference between the two sides of your mouth? It might even be the two sides of your face. And see which side do you prefer. Now, make a circle with your tongue against the inside of your right cheek. So take your tongue, put it against the inside of the right cheek, and make a slow circle evenly and precisely. Can you make the circle slowly and then go in the other direction? So you make the circle in both directions. Keep breathing while you do this. What are your eyes doing? You might be looking somewhere inside of your mouth. Again, pay attention to your breathing, and to help clarify the circles, could you place your hand on the outside of your cheek and feel the tongue pushing on the hand? And then leave it. Don't do it too many times. Rest your tongue, rest your arm. Now, Realize that in performing precise movements of your tongue and your jaw, that you might find the rest of your body becoming tense. Some people hold their breath and stop moving when they finally run out of oxygen. Although you need to concentrate on what you're doing, let your attention kind of drift through your body to make sure that you're not overworking your shoulders or your hands and feet. Many people squeeze their toes on the floor and overwork their fingers when they concentrate on movements of their tongue and jaw. Now, could you put your tongue back inside the circle on the right side of your cheek again? And this time, could you precisely, with careful attention to your breathing, could you write your initials? Put it inside the circle. If you need, use your hand against the cheek. It might make it more clear and give your tongue a direction and orientation. And then rest. Once again, feel any changes in the sensation of the mouth and the jaw. Make sure your breathing is comfortable. And now could you put your tongue again in the midline over your upper teeth in the groove between the gum and the lip. Run your tongue in that groove all the way up. And then run your tongue up into that groove all the way to your circle on the right side and return by finding the groove in the front of the lower teeth. Sweep your tongue deep in the groove from the upper to the lower teeth, passing on the inside of the cheek. Can you feel all the movements of your jaw, face, and neck required for the tongue to go against the gums of the upper and lower teeth and the inside of the cheek? You'll feel your eyes moving a lot. Some people find their entire head moves as they try to keep their tongue in the groove between the gums and the lips. Rest. Let yourself rest. Now could you put your tongue in the midline, again by your upper teeth, and slowly reach with your tongue up in the groove between the gum and the lip. That means that your tongue will go over the front surface of your upper tooth. And now, could you run the tongue inside that groove between the gum and the lip, over your upper row of teeth, all the way to your circle on the cheek, on the right side, and then return to the midline in the groove in front of your lower teeth, so the tongue reaches over the front of the teeth into the area between the gum and the lip, deep in the groove, and then go around a few times. As you sweep your tongue deep in the groove from your upper to lower teeth, can you feel all the movement of your jaw, your neck, and your eyes? Everything moves. For some people, this is a great relief. Now rest. Observe the sensation and the difference between the two sides of your face and mouth. Has your jaw changed its resting position as much as your tongue? Does the right side of your face feel different as well? Slowly turn your head from side to side. Very slowly, easily. Is there a favorite side, a feeling of a preference? You might want to stand up and walk a little bit to observe on which side is it easier to turn your body. Now, presumably you found that there was quite a difference in the two sides of your mouth. In the movement of your tongue begins the movement of the jaw. So now, let's explore the other side, the left side. Could you start by taking your tongue and placing it in the midline of your lower row of teeth? And could you begin to count your teeth on the left side the same way you did on the right? See if you have more or less teeth on the left side. And to do that, again, make sure the tongue goes against the back and the front surface of each tooth. It's a lot of work for the tongue. Sometimes our tongues get underworked when we can't move our jaw. The muscles forget what to do. This will reawaken the muscles. Make sure, as you're counting your teeth, that you still have the awareness that you're not over-contracting the side of your neck, that you're breathing comfortably, that you're not clenching your hands or feet. And then leave it and rest. When you're ready, could you count the upper row of teeth on the left side? And again, start at the midline and work your way over to the left. Some people are surprised that they have different numbers of teeth. They forgot that something had been removed at one time. And after you're done counting the upper left row of teeth, again, rest. The resting is an opportunity for your brain to reorganize itself, to digest the material, the information from the movement. See if your mouth is feeling a little larger. And now could you take your tongue and put it against the left side of your cheek, the inner left cheek, and make a circle. Again, if it's difficult, simply take your hand and place it against your cheek. It may be easier or harder to reach to this side of the cheek. Make sure you can make the circle in the other direction as well. Tongue-jaw coordination is critical for our survival and reduces pain significantly. And now leave it and rest. Many people find that they begin to yawn a lot while doing these movements because they're using muscles in a new way. So the muscles are waking up, and it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning. There's often a tendency to sort of stretch and yawn. So let that happen. It can be a relief for the upper ribs, the chest, the neck. And now the last thing. Could you take the tongue and could you place it against your lower lip? Over your teeth to the lower lip. And now let your tongue cascade out of your mouth. It's the same as if I said stick your tongue out, but your direction is going to be out and down. Feel the tongue as being like liquid and pouring over your lower lip. Feel your jaw open as a result. Let the tongue go back in again. Don't keep it there. And several times, very slowly, let the tongue cascade out over your lower lip to release the jaw. The jaw needn't open any further than your tongue moves. The next time your tongue is out, leave it there for a moment and gently look up towards the ceiling with your face. And you might feel, that opens the jaw even more. Okay, rest. Leave it. Let your tongue rest back in your mouth. And that's the end of this lesson. What you might want to do is just sit, experience what's happened to your mouth and tongue and jaw, and walk around a little bit. Turn your head from side to side to explore what's happened to the ease of motion. Many people find their range of motion is increased and the ease of motion is increased. We'll take a moment and then we'll move on to another movement lesson.